This might be your last video of DeepSeek. Not because it's the best video, it's just that it's coming way late and you might have seen other videos or articles. Now, it took me some time because I was doing some experiment. I wanted to run the open source model on this machine so that I can show you how it works. And that's why it took some time. But the point is, from last few days, you might have seen different articles and videos, and then everyone talking about DeepSeek, a new AI, or it's a AI revolution, whatever you can talk, whatever words you can use there. See, the thing is, if you talk about the AI world, after ChatGPT, we got November 30th, 2022, we got ChatGPT, and then things started changing in the world of AI. The companies who are working in the AI market, Microsoft or OpenAI, and the most important company of all is NVIDIA, because they make the GPU to run those AI models. And that's why if you see the stock price of all these companies were going up like crazy. And from last 2 days, if you have seen, it's dropped. The thing is, I'm not sure, I'm not a stock market expert. It might go up and it might stay there. The thing is, DeepSeek has made a dent somewhere in the AI world. Now, it's a good thing because it has stopped the monopoly which was going on. And when I say monopoly, what I'm talking about is the pricing. In fact, the ChatGPT Pro version, in fact, a few days ago, I made a video on Operator. I can't use it. It's because it's only available for US. And also, I can't use it because you have to pay $200 per month. I mean, that's the price I saw in one of the article. And paying that much of amount for AI response, I mean, of course, it makes sense if it is increasing your productivity. But just testing it, $200 doesn't make sense. Now, since OpenAI is doing that, the other models will follow it. Maybe Gemini or other models will go with the same pricing. So let's say if I'm making this video, I should have used AI content, maybe my avatar and stuff. The problem is the price. And if I want to generate my own avatar, making a video like this, I have to pay huge amount of money. And I think being on screen is cheaper than using the AI models. But DeepSeek is changing that now. The cost is way less compared to other models, and the accuracy is almost there. Somewhere it is better than the other models. Now, if you go to the DeepSeek website, the R1 model has launched. Before this, it was V3. And if you want to explore, you can simply say start now. Again, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just telling you what I've explored. Now, you can same prompt as other models, ChatGPT or Gemini, and you can ask your question. I can say, who is Naveen Reddy? And I hope it knows me. As of the latest of 22, okay, there's no, okay, now this is crazy. But if I ask the same question to OpenAI or Gemini, they know who am I, and maybe I'm not famous in China. Doesn't matter. So, but I will ask something else. I will say, do you know about Telusko? So one thing to note here, the last training they got or the data updated is October 2023. And if I talk about Telusko, okay, finally, so it knows about Telusko and it also knows about me now. So this channel is run by Naveen Reddy. In fact, yesterday I was asking about Harsh Rawal, and the model says Harsh Rawal is a founder, or not a founder, but educator on Telusko. He's not. He's the admin at Telusko, but not the educator. So yeah, hallucination is there for sure. But yeah, so I got the details about Telusko and Naveen Reddy and stuff. But then you will say, okay, what's different? It is almost similar to what you'll get in other models, right? You get the response. Let's go to their website and let's understand. So if you say DeepSeek, and it's into the unknown, that sounds good. And if you see the benchmark, okay, so we have all different models here. This is V3, the second last model, and you can see the score for that. Again, we are not the fan of benchmarks because if you look at the phone models, if you buy a new phone, there's a new video, the benchmark testing and stuff. Again, don't go for the benchmarks. It's all about the experience and are you able to use it. But still, if you go here on the top, it says DeepSeek R1 is now live and open source, and that's important. It is open source, not like OpenAI, which is a closed AI. I mean, I think they started with open source, but then later on they thought, hey, there's a huge money. Okay, I'm not sure, I'm just conspiracy theories, okay? So if I click for details, this is the R1 version, and this is MIT licensed, and we also have distill available, the smaller modules or models. And if you see, this is the benchmark which everyone talks about. So if I zoom a bit, so They're comparing basically DeepSeek with OpenAI. All the blue colors are DeepSeek because that is their website, and all the gray one are OpenAI, the gray shades. Okay, so if you look at all different exams and competitions, so if you compare here for AIME, DeepSeek is doing better than OpenAI, and that to the O1 model. And if you go further for coding purpose, it's almost there, and it's negligible difference. And here in maths is doing good, not in terms of general knowledge. And the software benchmark, it's bit better than the OpenAI. And the cost is way less. So somewhere I was reading about the cost as well. Is it here? Yeah. So this is the cost. So basically they will charge you for 0.14 per million tokens. And if you compare it with OpenAI, it's much higher. I think OpenAI is here, O1. Yeah, so you can see the price difference. It's 0.14 and is $7.5 for 1 million token. Huge price difference, right? And somewhere when you talk about enterprise applications, or if you want to build something for a startup or a cloud service where you want to provide the AI service, I think for developers, it is much better. And see, when you have multiple providers and there's a competition there, it's good for the developers because you don't have to worry about the models, right? Models are getting updated every week now, you can say, and it is helping you as a developer to use them, okay? And if you look at the sizes, there are different sizes available. And where is that? It was there somewhere. Okay, so this is the model and the price, but I want to show you the size here also. And for that, I was able to run this on local, and I did that with Ollama. So if you go to Ollama DeepSeek R1, so this is the model. You can say R1. This is available open source, and there are different tags here. We got 1.5 billion. Then we got the last one is huge. It's 671 billion. A B. And if you go down, look at this size. So I do this show size here. Size should be here, and look at the size. So if you have a normal machine, you can run 1.5 B, but I think it's not that accurate. The accuracy starts from 7 or 8. That's what I tested and read somewhere. In this machine, I got 32 B, which I will show you. 70. I could have tried, but it will fail if I'm not wrong because I tried the Llama 3.3 and it failed on this machine, and we got this huge, and for this you need a huge amount of server space. Okay, now how do you get this? So it's very simple. You get Ollama on your machine and simply say Ollama run DeepSeek, and you can mention the size here, and let's do that. So let's open the terminal and let me see if I have it ready. So I have Ollama in this machine, and if I check, so I got two models. One is Llama 3.2 and DeepSeek R1, which is 32B. And look at the size, it's 19 GB. Okay, so now let me try. The same question. Who is Naveen? Okay, first of all, first I have to run. What's wrong with me? So Llama run DeepSeek R1, 32B, and it will run this on this machine now. And the amount of GPU it consumes is huge. And plus, I'm also recording on this in this machine, so it might die. I'm just concerned here. So let's see. Who is Naveen ready? And okay, now this is what it does. So basically, it does the thinking, and it also think in what should I answer. And for this, it's a very simple question, right? But if you add something complex question, it will start thinking, it will start answering it. And that's what they did with the model here. So normally when you talk about a LLM model, we train them with the help of supervised learning where, so let's say you got the model ready and model is dumb at this point. So what you do, you train it. Okay, so you say, okay, this is the question, this is the answer. This is the question, this is the answer. This is the question, this is the answer. And by doing this, you are telling your model, if you get this type of questions, think something and try to generate this type of answers. And then based on your training, it will start giving you some answers. Then you can say, okay, this is a good answer, this is a bad answer. So that is your reinforcement learning. So with DeepSeek, with R1.0, which is the earlier version of this, they tried to teach the model, I mean, not teaching a model, no supervised, directly reinforcement learning with the help of AI, not even human interaction. And that model started running. Of course, it had some issues. And with those things, they created new one, which is R1. And they trained with a small subset, not something very huge, which we do with normal models. And it has a better thinking capability. So that's the answer we got here. But if I ask it to write a code for me, let's try. I want to teach how thread works in Java. Provide me with explanation and code. Okay, so it start thinking. So the moment I fired it or I asked for a question, so now it is thinking. That's why you got think tag. Okay, so all right. So the user initially asked for about someone named Navin Reddy. Okay, now it's also checking for the previous points, right, for the conversation, the chain of thoughts. But there wasn't enough info. Now they're switching gear to ask about teaching Java threads. They provided a query asking for. So this is what the AI is thinking. Okay, so this is what the user asked before, and this is what you need to do now. And it will think for a long time. It's just that the machine is a bit slow, and that's why it's taking some time. Plus, I'm also recording from the same machine. It is consuming processing data as well. Okay, so this is what it does. So basically, it thinks and it will generate the response. So let's see if we can complete that. It is still thinking. Okay, thinking done, ended here. I need to acknowledge that the first question didn't have much information, then focus on the current request. The user is likely a developer or a teacher looking to understand multi-threading in Java. They probably want a clear example to explain how thread works. Okay, so thinking is going good, and now it started answering. But if you do the same thing on the model or on the cloud model, it will simply give the answer. So you can only see the thinking in the open source model which you run. And it started answering. Okay, so if you want to see the thinking, running local makes sense. And if you want to know how to run this on local, so you have to install Ollama on your machine. It is available for all the OS, and then you can just go to the website, search for Ollama DeepSeek, take this model and run it. And if you want to download Ollama, you can get, and you have multiple options depending upon which OS you use. Is it still answering? Yeah, still answering. Okay, so runs a bit slow on the machine depending upon how fast your machine is. And if I don't stop the video now, I might hear the sound. Anyway, the point is, it's a big thing in the AI world, and I'm not sure in future how DeepSeek is going to fight with OpenAI, or how OpenAI will fight with DeepSeek. But it is giving a new look to the world. We got the open source model now, which is powerful as OpenAI closed model. And other companies will also come out, and people will research and make a better model, and it will help everyone in the world. Hopefully, it will not take our job. Anyway, on that note, thanks for watching. I will try to test it more. So I'm exploring certain things with Gen AI nowadays, and yeah, let's see if I can post that soon. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.